Hi everyone. In this video, I'll be discussing about Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator Service in Citrix Cloud. So what exactly is Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator Service? Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator Service, it is the centralized cloud management service for SD-WAN. Okay. So what it does is it helps to manage Citrix SD-WAN components from a single interface. So if you want to manage this service, if you want to subscribe to this service, you need to request for a trail and somebody from Citrix will contact you to understand your requirement. Okay, let me go to the PowerPoint presentation to do some deep dive on this. Okay, Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator Service is a cloud hosted multi-tenant management service available to do-it-yourself enterprises and Citrix partners. Citrix partners can use Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator to manage multiple customers with a single pane of glass and suitable role-based access control. So, with the help of Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator service, all these customers who have Citrix SD-WAN devices deployed in various sites, they can manage all those devices. They can manage all those Citrix SD-WAN. They can manage all those SD-WAN devices using this Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator console from a single console. Okay, Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator service provides a single pane of glass management platform for various Citrix partners to manage multiple customers centrally with the suitable role-based access control. Depending upon the role, we can give access to users who can manage these SD-WAN devices which are deployed in different customer locations. So what exactly is SD-WAN? A software defined wide area network is a virtual WAN in architecture in which any blend of network transport types, not only MPLS but also broadband internet, cellular and satellite, can be virtualized and bonded, then centrally managed in software to securely connect users to applications and desktops in accordance with policy. In simple words, many customers would be using different types of networks, MPLS or broadband, cellular, satellite. So SD-WAN really helps to manage the network in a proper way. So let's say if there is some kind of latency, or if there is some kind of bandwidth issues, SD-WAN will really help the environment, will help the users to connect to the applications and desktops in by providing the right network for the users. See, if some net see when users are trying to connect to the Citrix environment, there will be a lot of routers in the middle. In the wide area network, there would be a lot of routers. There would be a lot of routers in the middle. So SD-WAN, what it helps is, it helps the users to take the right path so that they can connect to the Citrix environment and access the applications and desktops for the in a better way to get the best performance. So this is the whole idea of SD-WAN. It's all about providing best user experience to the users, especially when users are connecting from outside network, especially from WAN, wide area network, and if they're connecting to Citrix applications or desktops, we have to provide best experience with the help of SD-WAN. Your business depends on apps and your apps depends on your network. Citrix SD-WAN keeps everything running at peak performance. So if your app is slow or if your app is not responding, then it can affect your business. So your business depends on apps and your apps depend on your network. So if your network is not good, your apps will not work properly. So Citrix SD-WAN will help to have better performance, better network in your infrastructure, in your environment. Okay, let me go to the next slide. So these are all the capabilities of using Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator service, multi-tenancy and RBAC. The service enables Citrix partners to onboard and manage multiple SD-WAN customers with a single pane of glass and suitable role-based access control. So we have just discussed on this. So with the help of multi-tenancy and RBAC, we can onboard multiple SD-WAN customers with a single pane of glass, and we can give appropriate roles for them, and we can have centralized configuration. See, if you have different SD-WAN, let's say you have like 100 SD-WAN devices in your network, it is highly impossible to manage each and everything. You have to log into each and every SD-WAN, and you need to find out what is actually happening in the network. So Citrix SD-WAN orchestrator service, it provides the centralized configuration. So you can see the configuration of all these devices from a single place. You can see the workflows, you can see the profiles. Zero touch provisioning. So zero touch provisioning means it is very user friendly. You need not manually install it. Okay, you need not manually install it. It is, it seamlessly brings up of the it's seamless bring up of network and connection. So you can easily deploy this. Okay, hierarchical summarization of health, ability to centrally monitor the health, usage, quality, and performance of a network as a whole, with the ability to drill down into individual sites and associated connections. So you have multiple sites, right? So with the help of orchestrator service, you can drill down. You can actually find out what is you can what do you call it, zero in, and find out the health, usage, quality, and performance of entire network as a whole. And finally, troubleshooting device and audit logs and diagnostic utilities such as ping, traceroute, packet capture to troubleshoot network connectivity issues. So, once you start working in the production environment, if you get access to SD-WAN orchestrator service, you, maybe if you have some issues, let's say some users saying that they were not able to access applications properly, maybe there is some kind of slowness or latency. Using the troubleshooting tools, you can actually find the logs, you can do some diagnosis with the help of ping, traceroute, and packet capture. Packet capture is like you are capturing the live traffic to troubleshoot connectivity issues. Okay. All right. Appliances. So if you want to use this particular service, Citrix SD-WAN orchestrator service, you need to have at least two appliances, at least a minimum of two appliances. It could be physical or virtual, is required. So if you have at least two devices, SD-WAN devices, you can use the orchestrator service to manage the SD-WAN instances. Each SD-WAN appliance or virtual instance must have an IP address configured statically or via DHCP and must include DNS entry to resolve the FQDN to Citrix cloud services. So every device has an IP address, must have an IP address, and also you can assign the IP address using static method, or if you have DHCP service, you can assign an IP address automatically. And you should also have FQDN configured. You should have DNS configured. Internet connectivity. Each of the branch and DC sites must have internet connectivity to access SD-WAN orchestrator service. Yes, obviously, if you want to access Citrix SD-WAN orchestrator service, each branch or each site must have good internet connection. Without internet connection, you will not be able to gather the details or connect to the services. So you need to have the proper internet connection to access the Citrix SD-WAN orchestrator service. Okay. All right. So this is the diagram where once you have access to orchestrator console, you'll see some diagrams, like you can find out which SD-WAN is working properly, which SD-WAN is creating some kind of issues, if there is any latency, and all these things you can find out. See, you have availability. If the availability is high, it is good. If there is a lot of latency, then it is a problem. So you can diagnose all these things. You can fix it from the back end. All right. So this is all about Citrix SD-WAN orchestrator service. I really hope you find this information helpful. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Bye bye.